7 young explorers have taken on the biggest challenge of their lives, an epic adventure in the heart of Africa. It'll take them far from civilization, encountering endangered wildlife.
Such an adrenaline rush.
Witnessing unique tribal ceremony.
Oh, wow.
And trekking where none have been before.
So amazing.
They're following in the legendary footsteps of the great Scottish explorer, Dr. David Livingstone. And the demanding expedition will push them to the very limit.
It is a wake-up call.
It's horrible.
Here.
Have they got what it takes to be serious explorers? Coming up, battling the blisters.
It is ridiculous, I'll give you that.
A rare day of pampering.
Can't get it off.
And who will be chosen as the top 3 explorers?
Any single one of you could have gone forward.
Previously, the 7 explorers set out on a superhuman trek, an 11-day hike of more than 100 miles across Tanzania's remote Umberika Mountains. No expedition has ever crossed the mountains before, and it's so tough that all but the strongest will turn back after just 2 days.
We're going to be taking 3 people forward, only 3.
Shan struggled to cope with trekking up to 10 miles a day.
I hate not being able to do it.
And an old knee problem gave Ashley serious grief.
Part of me wants to give up, but I know that if I do, I'll regret it. Yeah! I'm so excited!
But surprise packages from home helped raise team morale.
I'm feeling really happy that everyone back home is rooting for me. It has definitely given me the strength I need.
It's 5 AM on Umberika Trek Day 2, and Assistant Leader Polly has to wake the team.
It's time to get up. Are we feeling a bit tired? How are we doing?
Good. Tired.
Are you ready for another day?
No.
Okay.
I'm never ready for another day.
Yesterday's long, hot trek has left them exhausted, but Expedition Leader Ben is not impressed with the lack of action.
You've had 40 minutes and you haven't even got a tent down yet. An hour is plenty of time to get packed up. Who's in there? Not good enough. Should be 5 minutes outside, tent down.
As usual, James is the only one who's managed to get himself organised.
James is just too good in the morning.
I know. By the time I actually sit up, he's out of his tent and putting the tent down.
Yeah, I know.
Today is the explorers' last chance to show they've the right stuff to tackle the entire record-breaking trek. David Livingstone himself had amazing determination, trekking for years on end into unexplored territory. His diary shows he found it very rewarding.
The effect of travel on a man whose heart is in the right place is that the mind is made more self-reliant and confident.
His last expedition lasted 5 years and saw him cross Tanzania all the way to Lake Tanganyika. The 3 young explorers who trek right across the Umberikas will also be going where no expedition has been before. But who will be in the elite team of 3? With a big decision looming, today's 9-mile trek is a last chance to impress the leaders.
Fresh poop. Yep.
Conditions are much cooler than yesterday, with thick cloud cover. And as they approach their first break, the team spirits are much higher.
It's the first walk I've enjoyed, I think it's just because of the temperature. We had the choir as well.
We are so good. We must have gone through so many songs, didn't we?
But it's about to get a lot tougher, as the route gets steeper and steeper.
We've only been walking flat and downhill, so hopefully this uphill will feel the same, but I feel it may be a little tiny bit harder.
The leaders are watching their every move to see who's got the mental and physical strength to spend another 9 days in the mountains.
I've just seen where we're supposed to be climbing up to. It's like a cliff edge. I don't know how we're going to get up there.
I've got a little bit of blister on my little toe that I'm about to keep up to stop it getting worse.
After 4 hours of trekking, the the team need to dig deep for the final steep push to camp.
Look down there, down to the left.
What an incredible view.
Big drop.
I think we'll get such a sense of achievement when we've done.
Several of the teams struggled yesterday, especially Shan. But today they all finished strongly to reach their campsite.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, that was brilliant.
That was brilliant, team. Really cool.
Shan is overwhelmed by her achievement.
I'm so happy I did that.
I think even the fittest would struggle with that. I'm so proud of myself and I'm proud of everyone here.
I thought I'd struggle a lot more on that, and I'm really sweaty and my shirt stinks.
They loved it. I really didn't think they'd all make it up so fast and in such high spirits.
It leaves Ben and Polly with a difficult decision. Which three have earned the ultimate Serious Explorer's Badge of Honour, capable of achieving a world first by crossing the Umbarikas?
What's amazing is today, every single one of them stepped up to the mark, really, didn't they? And worked really hard, and they could all do it.
I would love to do the mountain walking. I think it'd create a bigger high at the end of the experience.
I'm quite nervous because I really want to get into the 9-day walk.
Even Shan, who wasn't that happy yesterday, you know, top of that hill, she was beaming smile.
I know.
And really proud of what she'd done.
I think there's people here who are stronger than me, but if they chose me then I'd give it my best shot.
I'd like to get chosen, but if I didn't, I wouldn't be too upset because I know it's just going to be so hard.
I'll be happy for anyone that gets in because I think we all deserve it, but I would love to do it.
They're a strong team.
The young explorers gather together to hear their fate.
Any single one of you could have gone forward, all right? But Pols is going to start us off, and we're going to tell you who's going where and why.
Those chosen by Polly will head back with her to work on a tribal building project.
First person I'm going to choose is Ashley. You're fit as a fiddle, but we don't want to damage your knees.
Next, Ben reveals the first explorer who's made it onto his team.
The person that's coming with me is James. I think you've worked incredibly hard over the last few days, and I think you're going to be an asset to the team.
I'm going to take David as well.
You're not so
Don't look so excited.
So who's next for the elite trekking team?
Cassie, you're going to come with me. No complaints, just get on with it.
Well done, Cassie. So, and I'll just follow up with Shan. I think you could do it. You shone through today, but your mental attitude is still a little bit up and down.
Which leaves the final place in Ben's top team between Ali and Matt.
Who's it going to be? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Matt.
Oh,
No, I'm joking.
You're coming with me, mate. Physically strong guy, and we can load you up like a donkey and give you loads of kits to carry.
Yeah, cheers.
obviously the guys who are going forward, congratulations, because you are going to have the
Good effort,
most
team.
incredible journey. But the guys who are with me, we're going to be working very hard.
Polly's team will be flying to the north of Tanzania to live with the Maasai tribe's people, building a lion-proof enclosure to protect their animals. And there's an extra surprise.
We're also going to be doing a darting project with Lion, okay? And tagging it with a GPS.
We get to see a lion. Yeah. We get to trek all day at night.
Lucky Cassie.
Most are really pleased with the leaders' decisions.
When Ben was just about to say, and I'm going to pick, I was going, James, 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 James. Really wanted to get in, so yeah, I'm so happy.
Last night I wanted to go, and then this morning I didn't, and then in the middle I kind of did, and then I didn't want to anymore, so I'm quite happy.
But Ashley's disappointed she's lost the chance to test out her limits.
I am pretty gutted. I really wanted to do the walk because there's so much I need to learn about myself.
Though Matt has made it onto the team, he seems less than ecstatic.
It makes me feel like happy that they think I'm the right man for the job, but well, we'll see.
That's for the team going forward. Obviously, to plot the route. Can someone pop it in a bag and look after it?
I'll lose it.
You won't lose it, mate.
Matt, it's yours. I lost my sweat rag. You're the man for the job.
As Matt's mood worsens, he refuses to talk to anyone, so David and Ali decide to try and guess how he's feeling.
Depressed, unhappy, sad, scared.
I think Matt was looking forward to the trek until he figured out how much pain he's going to be going through.
No, I think Ali summed it up the best, really. Yeah.
It's the team's last night together before they spend 9 days apart.
It's going to be so weird not being in a big group, just being in a 3, and I'm going to be the only girl, so I'm going to embrace all my girliness now. I'm going to miss you, Cassie. You'll see me soon. Who's going to sew my trousers?
Worryingly, James has found a sore patch on his feet. He decides to treat it himself, confident he has it sorted.
I take them up and everything's ready to go for a hard walk tomorrow. It's going to be tough, but I think my body can take it.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks for a great time so far, because we won't be with you.
Guys, I hate all of you.
Love you too, Matt.
Nice, I'm spending 9 days with you.
It's going to be hardcore, though, isn't it?
No choice. Up, up.
5 a.m. on the day of the split.
Last morning together for a little while.
As usual, James leads the way, raring to get going.
James is on the move. 6 minutes in, he'll be dropping the tent.
I'm getting kicked out.
Move out of Hurricane James's way. They say he can take down a tent in 0.3 seconds. I got up early. I started packing, but he still won. Last to get up, first to get out.
The moment has arrived because the porters are ready to crack on. All right.
Bye, you.
Bye, Mum.
The lions.
Cassie.
Enjoy the lions, yeah?
Good luck, guys.
You're with me. Good
luck.
See you guys. Good luck with Peter. Guys,
Ben's team face a further 9-day trek of over 100 miles across the Umberika Mountains, while Polly's group have a 2-day journey retracing their steps back to the Selous before flying north to the Tarangire National Park to work on their lion projects. Ben's marathon trekking team is almost 40 strong, including several armed guards and 20 porters. Even so, Matt, Cassie and James have to carry their heaviest loads yet.
Even this hill with this weight, the weight really makes a difference. It makes it a lot harder.
It's okay at the moment. The uphill gets a bit strenuous on your legs.
Meanwhile, Polly's team are heading in the opposite direction.
It is kind of depressing to be walking back in the same way that we came, but I still get to do something that's really fun. I'm sure the other guys will enjoy the walking 100 miles a lot, but I'm going to so much more enjoy what I'm about to do.
Deep in the mountains, Matt's still finding the scale of what he's taken on pretty daunting.
I've just seen what's in front of us, and there's a million hills that are all steeper than the one we've just climbed.
By early afternoon, they complete their day's 10 miles, and James winds down with some stretching exercises.
I'm finding it fine today. It's pretty good at the moment. I'm excited about making camp tonight.
But his teammates Cassie and Matt are in low spirits.
I'm just thinking about people at home and things like that. But I'm like happy at the same time because today it's the halfway point. So 2 and a bit weeks until I see everyone, which is good.
Every day is like exactly the same. It's just get up, walk, get to camp, sleep, get up again. So it's like nothing changes.
And just as they're about to make camp, Ben has some bad news.
I know people are suffering, but the thing is, all the streams are dried up. We've got to hunt for water. So I'm sorry about that, but we're pushing on until we find water.
On long expeditions, it's impossible to carry all the water you need. So David Livingstone and his men spent much of their time searching for it.
No one knows the value of water until he is deprived of it. I have drunk water swarming with insects, thick with mud, and putrid with rhinoceros urine and buffalo's dung.
Without modern ways of purifying it, the filthy water gave him many diseases.
Got to conserve what little water we've got left and share it out amongst us. Have you got any water left? None at all. Have you, James?
A litre plus.
A litre plus. Could you give, I don't know, a third of a litre or whatever to Matt? Yeah? Because Matt's the guzzler.
I'm just thankful that James has actually given me some because, you know, we've all had the same. I've just drunk it all.
Don't drink it now.
Meanwhile, Polly's group have completed their day's 9-mile journey, arriving back at a familiar campsite.
Everything's set up, so literally we just have to get a new fire on the go, tents back up. That's pretty much it. It brings back memories from when we got our parcels and that, and we had such a good night that night.
That's for you.
It's just exciting to be back.
Unfortunately, some unpleasant neighbours have moved in. So just like Ben, Polly has some bad news for her team.
There's millions and millions of ants. We can't stay up here because we'll get eaten alive.
The only safe option is to continue all the way back out of the mountains to their original base camp in the Selous.
We'll head down to the Fig Tree camp, but it does mean that tomorrow we might have a little bit of a free day.
Yay!
It is another 6.5 miles. It's quite a big ask. They're not that enthusiastic about it, but we need to get cracking because it's going to be dark in sort of 3 hours.
My feet are aching, but I'll just say get on and do it.
Ben's team have got a second wind, piling on more punishing miles in a desperate search for water. And Polly's group are also rising to the challenge of their extra trek. After hiking a total of 12 miles, there's a welcome sight at last for Ben's parched team.
End of a long day's trek. We all wanted to see some water. We all really needed it. Don't know if it's running or not, but still good.
Polly's team have trekked even further than Ben's group by the time their original base camp is in sight.
I feel so relieved that we're like literally there, and I can't wait to eat. I can't believe we've walked like 15 miles today. It's been incredible.
Good effort. That was not easy. Well done.
The stream found in the Umbarikas is stagnant and dirty, so the explorers dig down to find cleaner water filtered by the sand. Unlike Livingstone, they use chemicals to purify it and make it safe to drink.
It's really interesting to see how, you know, we take water for granted. It just shows you how much, you know, when we glug down water at home, how much these people really do need it.
It's been a hugely demanding day, but Ben has news of even tougher times ahead. Their route will soon take them over a 4,000-foot peak.
This is the highest point along our route, and we want to go up it. So it's just over 1,000 metres. And hopefully, if we get our timing right, we might see the other group fly over the top of us.
Oh, that'd be so good.
As David Livingstone trekked into the unknown, he was the first explorer to tackle many mountains. It enabled him to check out the way forward and also the breathtaking scenery.
We looked with never-failing delight on fertile plains, numerous hills and majestic mountains.
And in the true spirit of Livingstone, the peak faced by the young explorers has never been conquered before.
Now that we're climbing a massive mountain, that's scaring me a bit because it's bad enough just going up and down and up and down. I think it's really hit home for the others. Actually, it's not going to be a walk in the park, and this is tough.
Matt is still struggling to see the point of the endless trekking.
It was hard because it was just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Just the whole way.
With Matt, he finds it boring, you know. At the moment, is he enjoying it? I don't think he would certainly admit it, but I think he will come round. He'll suddenly go, actually, yeah, this is very special.
James has always been supremely confident in the wild, But next morning he wakes up with a problem all of his own making.
Ooh, that's a goodie. Well, we'll have to drain that. So the hurricane might be walking slightly slower today.
Medic Fiona treats the huge blister.
They've got a tiny little hole in it and the fluid's going to drain out of its own accord.
Oh, this is down my leg.
The hurricane's out the window today. It's
Oh, no, it's Hurricane James.
Hopefully it's not going to be too sore.
I did put something on it before, but not in the right area. I put it too high up. So yeah, I just shows, you know, get the tape on before anything happens.
You just feel the heat of the sun coming up, can't you?
With the temperature already rising, they set off on their day's 11-mile hike. While Polly's group are having a lie-in for the first time in 2 weeks.
Ali, can you wake up now?
I woke up and it was still dark. And I was like, oh no, Ben's going to be telling me to get up in a second. And then I realised, oh no, wait a second, I can relax today.
Unlike the Umberika team, as the endless trekking continues, James is having real problems with his blisters.
That's the area of pressure.
Auntie Fee, out with the tape. I mean, look at the state of this.
It is ridiculous, I'll give you that.
Where's the sore here?
Yeah, on the edge and then on the top there.
You just see the red.
Both of them.
We all knew he wasn't really strong, he was just putting it on.
Old tenderfoot James. He tries to power around, but all you hear is whinge, 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 you see. He used to be the strongest in the group, but now...
Humiliation is complete.
With the tropical sun burning down, the other explorers cool down in the river, getting their first proper wash in a week.
I do feel for the other guys because they are walking through this, but yeah, we're having a brilliant day.
The Umberika party are sweating it out in incredibly tough terrain.
We're just chopping things out of the way. It's just amazing to just be thinking, like, no one's ever actually been here.
Back at base camp, it's an expedition first of a different kind.
That feels horrible.
They're cleansing their skin using face packs sent in Shan's parcel from home.
Quite sticky on your eyelashes.
Yeah, don't get on your eyebrows, eyelashes, in your eyes.
Oh, now you say that.
All these guys are wimps, they don't like it.
I wonder if Livingstone did this.
I can't get it off.
You look like you're something out of a horror movie.
Is it the last time you're going to see us peeling my face off?
The trekkers are having a rather more serious time, battling up more steep slopes. And just as they clock up their day's 11 miles, they get their first glimpse of the peak they'll be tackling tomorrow.
It's huge.
Imagine what the view's going to be like when we get to the top.
That's going to be hard.
Despite the challenge to come, the day has left Matt feeling more positive.
I think I've kind of changed my outlook on things a little bit. I'm trying not to look forward to the end because I want to really enjoy this.
Matt suddenly realised, hang on a minute, we are off the beaten track here. We are exploring, and actually it's quite exciting. And it's nice to see that change.
James has shown his usual strength of mind to battle on with his terrible blisters, but it's been a painful lesson.
The small problems can become big problems very, very quickly. The big blister that caused dramas to start with was caused yesterday, and he didn't actually put his hand up and say, you know what, I've got a problem, can we stop?
I'm just worried about doing the steep stuff because if it gets so bad that stage I won't be able to walk on, then, you know, that's the trip ruined, really.
It's the morning of the big climb, and the explorers are nervous.
I want to go back to sleep and not have to climb that big fat mountain thing.
I'm trying to keep a positive mental kind of like mind, but I don't know how long that's going to last.
I'm looking forward to it just to get to the top and just see the view and everything. It's going to be such a good feeling.
Let's do it, gang.
They face a 4,000-foot ascent up seriously steep slopes, with the temperature already 30 degrees and rising. Suddenly, an unexpected hazard brings the expedition to a halt. A dangerous snake has been disturbed at the front of the line.
One person stumbled across a huge snake, so we're trying to establish where it is and trying to get a safe route through.
It's on the tree, yeah?
Huh?
Black mamba.
They're like really poisonous.
We just needed to smell the air and get out of our way, really. And we're just going to move through now underneath and stay out of its way. But it's one of the most deadliest snakes in Africa, so it's not a snake that you mess around with at all.
I'm really scared about where I'm stepping in case I step on one and get bitten.
The higher they climb, the steeper the route, and the more stunning the scenery.
Whoa!
What a view!
See how steep it is off the side here? Big drop off. Okay.
Holly's team are about to fly to the north of Tanzania, but they're going to divert over the Umbarikas in the hope of catching sight of the climbers.
So exciting! I can't wait to see all the rest of the group. It will be so cool to see them.
Meanwhile, the 3 young climbers are starting their final push up the mountain. And after 3 grueling hours, Matt, James and Cassie become the first explorers ever to reach the summit.
There aren't many unclimbed peaks in the world, and you guys just done one.
No one else has ever been here before, so that's so amazing.
I can't find any words to describe how good it feels just to be first people up there.
It's just amazing seeing them all. I'm just so proud of them.
Such an achievement. All the hard times over the last couple of days has now been forgotten.
They genuinely are explorers, because this has never been done before, and they're only 12, 13, 14. It doesn't make any difference, they're still explorers.
Everyone back home will be like so proud of me. And I'm proud of me too.
Next time on Serious Explorers, darting endangered lions. The record trek takes its toll.
Then I'm staying here.
And living with an African tribe.
I'm gonna come back soaking.